Good morning. This is Hager of Hager's Hangout, and today I'm going to be making some BLINI. I'm going to show you why BLINI is really fun. You can make it a few different ways and have your own little personality. And if you want to know what a Russian, if you want to know what BLINI is, it's pretty similar to like a flat pancake, a super flat pancake. It doesn't rise like American pancakes. And some people say, oh, it's crepes. No. Crepes, you put on a stone surface and make it. It's different. And plus, they add like an additional ingredient, or I don't know. I'm not Greek. I don't understand how to make crepes. But what you'll need is ladle, spatula, whisk or blender. I typically use a blender, but I'm just showing how easy this is, so I'm not as intimidating. White or wheat flour. More traditional is white, but I use wheat to make it more filling, since I'm going to be doing this right before I do a long bike ride. Oil. Olia. Yeah. So, and eggs, milk. Alright, let's get started. Well, first, put eggs in. Separate, mix in the yolk and the white and all that stuff. Then you pour in flour. For each person, I would do 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of milk to start with. That's a cup. That's a cup. And that's how fun this food is. Once you get used to the consistency, you can add stuff willy-nilly and really be alright with it. But it's one of those things where it takes a little bit of practice, but in general, I'll show you how to tell if it needs a little bit more flour or a little bit more milk. And then typically you don't add egg. You know roughly what portion you're looking at. I'm adding in a little bit at a time since I don't have a blender and I don't like mixing something that feels like concrete. I like a nice consistency through and through. Just whip it real good. I don't know if you're able to see that. And a little bit more. And the nice thing about BLINI, it's good for breakfast, good for lunch, good for dinner, good for holidays, good anytime, but not every time. Okay? You do need to have variety of food. Just because eggs do have protein, you can't use this as like your everyday meal. Although I know some people who have tried. But you can use this any day, but not every day. Alright, so that's a good quantity. Now let's go ahead and test the consistency. Okay? So, I'm just going to take my little ladle. It's not clumpy. And it's not too, it's a little watery, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of flour. That's the nice thing. You just eyeball it and get it to what you like. If this is like your first time doing it, go ahead and make a small batch and see how you like the flavor, and then you can go ahead and make larger batches, therefore with the consistency that's up for you. And go ahead, try it with wheat flour, try it with white flour. If you're one of those people with celiac disease or whatever the hell it's called, celiac, I don't know, where you can't have wheat, go ahead, try whatever substitute you want, but it's, oh yeah, that's thicker, that's good. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for now to make the BLINI. If you have a thin pan, like a very thin metal that can't retain heat very well, put it more on medium. If you have a very thick, or oh heavens, if you have a cast iron, that is amazing. Go ahead and put it on low, since you're going to retain that heat, and your BLINI is going to taste amazing, and it's going to cook real fast. But you just want to get the pan hot first, lower the temperature. But one step at a time, right? Move that oil around. I've not used this before, so oh my goodness, that is cool. Then I can have exactly what size I want. The first BLINI is never going to be good. That's why when you stub your toe, it's or something that's not good that happens, you say BLINI, since it's never right the first time. Clean up as you go, because you want to be a responsible individual, right? All right. I'm flipping. Oh, that was a horrible flip. If you use white flour, it's going to spider out with the oil, and it looks really, really, really cool. But I didn't use white flour, and since it's a lot thicker than regular BLINI, it's going to resemble more like American pancakes, but in general, if you use the traditional way, it's not going to be like that at all. I had one individual comment that wanted me to do the BLINI and state that BLINI is going to be good for a few days. That's what he told me. He makes a BLINI like a gigantic stack, like a foot tall, and then he'll feed it for his family for dang near a week. I think too much goodness is difficult. I like having a special treat once in a while, but if that's what you want to do, bless you. Go ahead and do it. Okay, that just happened. I guess we're gonna put it on a pizza pan when it looks done. That's roughly what the style is supposed to look like when it's done. Little brown, little golden, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on the individual's liking, but Now that the first blin is done in each, I'm going to go ahead and lower the temperature to like a 4 on each, because these pans are clearly ready to go. Actually, this one I'm going to lower just a hair more to 3. Alrighty. Remember, oil. Or what you can do is just throw in a melted stick of butter in your mixture, and that would also do it. Or at least that's what my sister does. But I like using oil. I prefer sunflower seed oil, but you can use whatever you want. I like this adapter. Heck yeah. So as you can tell how easy it truly is to make this food. Takes just a few minutes of prep time and takes almost no skill. Well, a little bit of skill for flipping. I'm not the best flipper. That's why I'm not a dolphin, since I don't have many flippers. Oh, that's a good coloration. I'm gonna zoom in. Do you see that? It's golden. You get some lines, alright, but this is what you want right here. Okay, but I prefer it a little less dark. But it's still gonna be very, very palatable. So that's gonna need a little bit more time. Boom. So I'm going to go ahead and pause video until I get all these done and have a little bit more of a stack. Alright, so as you can see, I have the stack of BLINI nice and done. And now I'm going to show you how to prep it and how to enjoy the food. Let's go ahead. Traditionally, you go ahead and roll those BLINI, but, well, things do change. So you can use your jams, your jellies, other preservatives, whatever you want to do to flavor it. It's fine with nothing or just cinnamon sugar. Cinnamon sugar is actually my favorite part of eating with BLINI, if nothing else. Then your syrup.
Wow, that's a whole bunch of stuff.
So, looks like your standard pancakes, but if you cut on in and taste them, you're able to taste the difference, definitely. So like I say, traditionally, you would use, like, I believe sour cream, and you would use, I forgot what else that you would use, but I have been Americanized enough where I'm going to be using more standard breakfast foods or condiments. And then
I am so hungry, I have no time to talk.
then bon appetit.
Merci.
Yep. Good like normal. using wheat flour, you could eat 3 or 4. What? Oh, no. 3 or 4 BLINI, 3 or 4 wheat BLINI, and you'll have more energy than probably 8 white BLINI. But if you're using it for just to be filled before a hard day's work, I recommend wheat. But if you want something light before just relaxing around the house, lounging, and you're not going to be burning a lot of energy, go ahead and use white flour if you want.
You told me earlier wheat is healthier than flour, right?
Yes.
How true is that?
It is very true since it's not bleached.
Mm.
So you keep a lot of nutrients. That's why it gives you a lot more energy. It's because you are not degrading the grain.
Mm.
Or yeah, I think wheat is a grain. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a doctor. Not a nutritionist. All I know is wheat gives you more energy, and wheat is healthier. And I think it tastes better. So that's why I use wheat. Thank you for watching Hager's Hangout. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off and enjoy my breakfast. Or our breakfast. Bye.
Yes. Bye.